Hello world, what is up everyone? Welcome back to today's video, which is a first of its kind here on my channel, and I am so excited for it. Today guys, we are reacting, I'm terrified already, to skincare horror stories. Now the internet is full of so many skincare horror stories, and in fact, I actually have a few skincare horror stories myself. I feel like we all do. I feel like that's something we share in common. So I thought today I would have you guys over to my channel, or maybe you're inviting me over. Whatever you're doing right now, I hope you're relaxing. I hope you're being productive. If you're eating, if you're cleaning, if you're working, whatever you're doing, today's video is definitely, it's a big one. Now I've had my friend scour and collect skincare horror stories from Reddit and compile them all in a folder. So I have the document right here. I haven't read any of these skincare horror stories. I'm just gonna move over a little bit and I will put the first skincare horror story right here. Okay, let me take a deep breath before we dive into this because I don't know what I'm about to read. I work at a popular beauty retailer and I had a guest come in complaining that her skin is always super dry and she wanted something to fix it. Okay, I feel like that's pretty relatable. Well, after some investigating, she hits me with, well, I wash and tone my face 2 times a day with rubbing alcohol. Rubbing alcohol. Okay, that literally just took my breath away like rubbing alcohol would. She was in her early 30s, but looked in her late 50s, to be honest, because of the deep wrinkles caused by the lack of hydration. My mouth is going dry right now. I tried to get her into a gentle cleanser and moisturizer, but she claimed rubbing alcohol was the only thing that didn't break her out. So I told her if she wasn't willing to change that aspect of her routine, there wasn't much I could do to fix the dry skin. Yeah, no kidding. She wasn't too pleased. This one still hurts my soul to think about 2 years later. This one hurts my soul to think about now and into the future. I am never going to forget this. Rubbing alcohol on your face? Oh my gosh, you guys, please don't do that. Get an appropriate cleanser, get an appropriate toner. Rubbing alcohol on your skin, I don't even think there's enough words in the English dictionary to explain how drying rubbing alcohol is to your skin. Especially, oh my gosh, if she's using it as a toner, imagine twice a day. Imagine putting rubbing alcohol on your skin twice a day. And the poor dear was in her 30s, but looked like she was in her 50s because of the lack of hydration. Oh my gosh, I bet she looked like a shriveled up apple doll. That's basically what I'm picturing right now. A poor 30-year-old shriveled up like a 50-year-old apple doll. Oh, that's just sad. I can only imagine all the different types of people that sales associates at Sephora or Ulta or any cosmetics counter encounters the people that they encounter on the daily. I feel like a lot of people unfortunately are not that well educated when it comes to skincare. That is changing now because of things like YouTube, but people just don't know and they kind of go into Sephora and they're all over the place and they do this and they want that, and a lot of it's unrealistic or they're doing things wrong. So I can only imagine the types of questions and scenarios that the sales associates at Sephora and Ulta run into, probably on the daily. I really hope that the sales associate was able to get her on an appropriate soothing toner, that works for her acne if that's her concern, but that's not going to dry her skin out like rubbing alcohol. Oh my gosh, this one is just, wow, this one's a lot. Okay, on to the next one. One time when I was 18 and just learned about Pinterest, I tried a DIY blackhead removing mask, like a full face Pore strip. It was a misfire of Knox gelatin. Oh my gosh, you guys, I used to do this. It was a misfire of Knox gelatin, like unflavored jello, to make preserves and cakes and stuff, and hot milk. This is actually what I did. This is giving me horrific flashbacks. When I put that on my face, it definitely hardened and removed everything there was in my pores, as well as every hair on my face and parts of my eyebrows. Oh no, parts of your eyebrows. I've been there. Sometimes, that just gets stuck in there and next thing you know, your eyebrow is missing. I was nearly in tears. It had adhered so strongly and it smelled like spoiled milk and hot bones. Now, I remember the smell vividly. The next morning, probably 700 tiny whiteheads had surfaced on my face. Oh no, almost every square inch was inflamed and sad. Wow. Now this is bringing me back. This must be, oh my gosh, like 10 years at this point. I don't know where I learned this. It wasn't Pinterest like this person, but mixing Knox gelatin and milk, like I said, in the microwave, I don't know, maybe 10 seconds or something. You can create your own at-home blackhead pore strip. But let me tell you, you guys, when it glues on your face, pulling it off can be very painful, destructive, and I mean, hello, she lost some of her eyebrows, and also it broke her skin out. It can also burn your skin because the milk has been in the microwave. Now, I don't overall recommend Biore Pore Strips. They can be very abrasive on the skin, and in my case, I used them for years, and I actually broke all the veins on my nose. Not all of them, but a lot of them. I caused a lot of broken capillaries, and I had to get IPL laser, which is very expensive, very painful, time-consuming, all because I really misused the Biore strips. Also probably because I did this Knox gelatin and milk trick, but we'll just forget about that. Biore strips can help relieve your skin of those sebaceous filaments, lifting them out of the pores. It is not a long-term fix. Generally, the risks outweigh the benefits in this case because you really don't want to traumatize the skin or break any veins. Oh, I feel like I'm getting itchy talking about all of these skincare horror stories. Whew, let's move on. My ex used to exfoliate with a dish sponge because that's what he learned from his mom, who apparently learned it from her mom. Great, a whole generation of dish sponge exfoliators. To make things even worse, they both used the same sponge. Oh, the same sponge. This is disgusting. Oh, I'm just picturing it like sitting on the edge of the sink, you know, like it's turning yellow and dirty and brown, and like mom's using it and son's using it and grandmother's using it. Oh, it's too much. Okay, I take a deep breath. There's a little bit more. I don't even want to keep reading because I don't know what it's going to say. And I'm pretty sure they never sanitized it by microwaving it or anything either. Okay, I need a glass of water. I need a glass of water and a Benadryl. Needless to say, I was horrified and told him to stop immediately, which he did, and got him a peeling gel to use instead. This is so gross. I literally can't even think about it. I'm glad that she got him a peeling gel. First of all, I'm glad that she got him to stop. I hope that she's able to get the mom to stop, the grandmother, all of them. I hope they all stop. I hope she was able to talk common sense. Maybe they need therapy, group therapy, but you have to get off the sponge and you have to stop sharing the sponge. I'm also happy that she got him a peeling gel. You guys know I love the Boscia exfoliating peel gel. It's still a physical exfoliator, but it also has some chemical exfoliations as well. Kind of the best of both worlds, and in my opinion, one of my favorite ways to exfoliate. I just thought, oh my god, I hope they weren't washing the dishes and exfoliating at the same time. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, no. Okay, we're just moving right along to the next story. I never moisturized ever. That's a terrible first sentence to open with. I mean, I'm already horrified. I never moisturized ever. I would sleep in full makeup, sometimes when I was too tipsy or tired or whatnot. That's a good excuse. I used a boar bristle brush, occasionally with soap from Lush to exfoliate, which would make my face red. A boar bristle brush on your face? When I was younger, my mom taught me that washing your face at the end of the night means using a warm face cloth. That's actually what my mom used to do, although I don't recommend that anymore. The goal is to get rid of all the oil, and it did almost every night for 24 years. My skin would be super dry and kind of raw in areas, and I never put moisturizer on afterwards. Just go to bed with a shiny, tight face, repeat in the morning, no cleanser, nothing. This is interesting. I think I'm getting hives. I used to use lancets. Is it lancets or lances? I used to use a lance to get rid of any suspect bump in my skin, closed comedone, whatever looked slightly raised. I still have to use enormous amounts of willpower not to do that now. Since I enjoyed it so much before, I have broken capillaries in my face where I pushed too hard. Okay, this story is really, I mean, this person needs prayer. As a result, I now have enlarged pores on my cheeks and forehead, scars everywhere, broken capillaries on my cheeks, and wrinkles on my forehead. There is a lot to unpack in here. I do not recommend brushing your face, washing your face with either a face cloth or a boar bristle brush. I mean, that's just too much. Talk about abrasive. I can only picture all of the little all the micro tears on the poor person's skin. If you want to use a face cloth to wash your face, what I recommend is using a fresh washcloth every day. When you start to use that washcloth again and again, you can picture all of that bacteria, all of that dead skin harbored inside of the washcloth. Gross. I mean, that could lead to acne, pimples. I mean, if you're brushing your face with a boar bristle brush, I mean, using a dirty face cloth could even lead to infection. This is just like, Oh no, this is a whole bunch of wrong. I can't believe that they used to lance or cut off any bumps or suspicious lumps. Of course, this is something that I don't recommend. I don't even recommend popping your pimples, so I certainly don't recommend cutting off any types of lumps or bumps. I mean, if that's the case, I definitely recommend reaching out to your doctor or your dermatologist. You know, maybe that's something they can help you with. That is something best not done at home. All right, moving along to the next horror story. I don't know if I'm ready for this. As a teenager, I had one of those massive pimples on my chin that didn't have a head yet. Oh my God, those are the worst. But was this giant spot. I feel like I can picture this perfectly. We've all been here. I recently had some acid from a wart remover kit for my thumb, and I thought it would be a good idea to burn the zit off. Oh no, oh no. It did nothing. Are we surprised? So since I was a stupid teenager, I thought I would help it along by applying this sulfur-smelling pimple cream to it. Oh my gosh, so they've already burnt it off with wart cream and now they're adding a sulfur pimple treatment? That made it burn so bad that I had to put a Band-Aid on it. A Band-Aid on your face? Oh no. I took the Band-Aid off later and I had given myself this black chemical burn instead of the pimple. It took a week or so for the black scab to fall off, and I still have a scar about half the size of a dime on my chin. It has been 15 years or so, and it's still there. Now I only use sunscreen or coconut oil on my face. Oh no, a chemical burn, wart remover on a pimple. What people think of. Now, if you have a pimple, if you have acne, if you have a zit, I mean, definitely don't put wart remover on it. Also, don't pop it. We have come so far in pimple technology, and pimple patches are amazing, as well as something like the Foreo Espada. That's an LED light treatment. But I feel like we've all been there. I mean, you guys know those big, giant pimples that are deep under the skin and they won't come to a head and you can't pop it, although you shouldn't anyway, but you can't pop it. A pimple patch is doing nothing. And really your best case scenario when this happens is just leave it alone. It will pass. I know it's sad, but if you're going to put a Band-Aid on your face anyway, just cover the pimple up. Put a Band-Aid on and just cover the pimple up. And I mean, these days, every time you leave the house, you're wearing a mask anyway. So put your pimple patch on, put your acne treatment on, put your mask on, and go about your day. No one will even notice. Do not put wart remover on your face. That's the moral of this story. All right. Oh, this is a pretty short one. I tried to exfoliate with my they tried to exfoliate in a cup and I let it sit there for a few weeks. Then I just rubbed it all over my face. Okay. This has to be a joke. Who is going to exfoliate with their own... No, I can't even think about it. This has got to be a joke. This is a joke, right? You guys, this is a joke, right? Yeah. All right, guys, I am going to go call my therapist right now because I feel like I need a session. Today's video... Oh my gosh, how traumatic was that? I mean, we all have horrific skincare experiences. We've all tried the craziest things, especially in the days before YouTube when, you know, skincare knowledge wasn't as prevalent or as accessible to everyone. Let me know in the comments down below if you like this style of video and you want me to do more. Also, like today's video, and if this is something that you guys want to continue, I'll start an email address specifically for skincare horror stories. I feel like that's a great way for us to connect as a community. You guys can email me your stories, I can read them. Boo, and here's your special treat for sticking around until the very end. Romeo and I love and appreciate you so much. As always, I want to thank you guys for being a part of my community. Leave me a comment, say hello down below, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, everybody. Say bye, Romeo. He's always sleeping. Bye, guys.